We want to have shells that protect us and create thriving life. We want to do that as a community. We want to show everybody, oh my gosh, you also make more money, by the way, when we do this together.
Here with Bioarc, I'm the construction manager. Juan and Dakota are having these amazing visions, and with their expertise, they're able to bring that into conceptual design. I help with the development of the architectural designs in bringing grand visions with beautiful geometry into the physical realm, into the 3D. Looking at a beautiful conceptual design and giving feedback on how to make it practically buildable, affordably buildable, and also as high a quality as possible, and how we can use the most sustainable materials to do this. But I've been a builder for 13 years. I've been a natural builder for 8 years. After I kind of went through my conventional building process, which was highly valuable to learn the fundamentals of building, how things come together, the order of operations. From that experience, I learned how toxic and how unsustainable these type of conventional building methods were. And I could see how toxic they were for the workers to build with them, and I could see how toxic they were for the people living in the houses. So conventional building methods, they rely heavily on resources that are not sustainably grown and produced. These are the wood, the lumber that's used. This is steel, which is extremely energetically heavy to produce. It does a lot of synthesizing based upon petroleum products for paints and other type of roofing products and things like this. All of these productions cause a lot of pollution to the environment. When these materials are used in construction, they are actually depleting the natural energy that's found in our atmosphere, in our ecosystem, even in our body. This is why if you put a battery down on the ground, then it'll pull all the electrons out of this battery. So concrete can be, when used in excess, can deplete the energy. Steel is one of the main issues in conventional construction because steel is a conductor. So it takes this natural energy that's all around us, it conducts it, draws that energy to it. When that energy hits it, that steel is often connected to the ground, and so the energy just goes straight to the ground, and you end up with a very charged, depleted space. So we have the material use are unsustainable, it's energetically depleting, and then many of the materials, because they're derived from petroleum products, they're synthetics, they're chemicals, they are physically toxic to the body, and they outgas for many, many years after the construction is done. And it's toxic for the workers to build with. So if we approach a development and we first focus on keeping as much of the natural ecosystem intact as possible, just doing that is going to make the energy of the space more vibrant. Then we use natural materials that breathe and resonate this energy. So it kind of like you put the building in the space and it rings like a bell. For Bioarc, we have a very specialized type of architecture where we use, first we do assessment of the site to find the energetic map of the site. We focus on the use of natural materials. These natural materials are by nature already living capacitors. They already hold this biologically beneficial charge. And then we use intentional nature-derived geometries in the designs in order to create an accumulation of biologically beneficial charge in the space. So this healthy energy, we make energetically healthy spaces. So to build this type of space can be more difficult because it's a new type of building. It's not just putting straight walls with flat beams and gabled roofs like this. We're building domes that look like flowers and very natural type of geometries. We implement modular practices in order to fabricate very precise geometric components that we can bring on site. We can place those components in precise angles, and we can create these very complex geometries. And since we're able to train our teams in how to do this, we can take what would normally be a very complex, expensive, and difficult structure to build, and we can do this very quickly, very efficiently, and with minimal waste. The way that it reduces costs is by reducing labor and by also being more efficient with materials. We have less waste in these designs. Many conventional building methods, oftentimes there is a custom design for every build. So for every custom design, the team has to learn and follow the plans on where does this wall go and where does this go and how do we make the roof work and all of this. So we now have focused on our development of one unit that we get very proficient with our team, and then we offer those units to clients. Then we invent a new unit that we get proficient in, so we basically offer product now. So once the team is trained, the process gets many times more efficient because they know exactly how to make the pieces. We know exactly how much bamboo is needed. So we have much less waste from cut off ends and all the rest. Because we use many times less concrete and many times less steel, already the energy that goes into this type of construction is exponentially less. And we do this with some traditional bamboo workers, and we do it with some locals that we just trained in our construction methods. Most of the workers who I've been working with are still together with me, and so they're excited to continue together with us because we've been working together for 3 years. We do very generous pay. We are respectful and kind. We're learning together. We're teaching together, etc. And they know a little bit about the energy. They know energy baik, like structure lebih baik energi.
Josh, I want you listen, bro, and remember, okay? Josh, I want to tell you something. You don't like a boss, but for me, you like my family and my father, because you're a good person, bro. You're a good person. I love you so much. I love you so much, bro.
Because there's an increase in tourism, there's an increase of popularity in Bali, there's an increase in development, it can kind of go down two routes. It can go down the route of more ecological destruction, more use of concrete and steel and conventional building materials, and this ultimately is not good for Bali because it takes away the uniqueness of Bali. It takes away from the beautiful ecosystem. It pulls from the spirit of the land. The other route that we can go is towards the more sustainable type of buildings, these buildings that fit into the natural environment rather than clearing the environment in order to put the developments. And we can use the materials that are grown naturally here in Bali and that we can actually optimize the growth of in order to not only prevent the land from being extracted from, but actually restore the land and restore the wildlife by growing our resources in this way. By preserving as much of the ecosystem as possible around our developments, this is already increasing the natural energy of the space. And if we're building with these natural geometries, this aesthetic is also very beautiful and fits very well into the natural environment as well. I think all of this is going to be very exciting and attractive to tourists from all over the world.
kalau udah besar jadi dalang. Ya biar budaya itu lestari. Habis itu dikenal. Bisa dikenal nanti banyak turis bakalan datang ke sini.